Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. Today I created this really pretty, really warm and cozy winter look. Since we're in the dead of winter, I just wanted to create a winter inspired look, and so this is what I came up with. Some of this is stuff I've been kind of doing every day, and then some of this is something new, some stuff that I pulled out of my drawer that I haven't used in a really long time. Some of this is just some newer products. It's just kind of a mix of stuff, but I just wanted to create a really pretty winter inspired look. So if you guys want to see what I used and how I created this really pretty look, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's just jump into the video. If you're wondering why my lips look a little red, it's because I just tested out this NYX Shine liquid lipstick stuff, which will be up in Sunday's weekly vlog. So if you're interested in how I feel about this, then subscribe, and then go ahead and keep an eye out for that video. They're red because I ended up having to use this Wish lip scrub exfoliant to get it off, so that's why they're a little red around the edges and stuff. I had to exfoliate my lips to get it off. So anyways, let's just jump into the makeup here. So I've prepped my skin. I've done actually everything to my skin today, so let's just jump right into the foundation. I used this in the video where I got a bunch of new makeup a couple weeks ago or a week or two ago. I don't actually know how long it's been. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I have the shade 150 Warm. I have messed with this a few times since I got it, just because when I used it in that video, it was a little wonky and I wanted to see like what the heck was going on with that foundation. Since I've used it, I have found out that I just used way too much product then. I just used about 3 pumps down in that video. I used 6 pumps to start, and then I tried to layer more on, which I was just testing out the foundation. I was just kind of seeing how it works, so that's why I ended up feeling so cakey in the end. Not that it looked bad, it just was a little too much. I do like the foundation more now. I wore it the other day to work and ended up really liking the foundation. It wears really well, even though it's a luminous foundation. I typically don't care for luminous foundations in the winter. I usually go for more matte foundation, but this isn't an overly luminous foundation, so it actually wears really nicely. It looks really nice. It's more of a natural foundation, and it actually seems to last pretty long on my skin, considering I'm a little bit of an oily person in my T-zone. Actually, I shouldn't say a little bit. My T-zone, at least my nose, is very, very oily, but it looks really natural and it wears really, really well. But I wanted to try it out with you guys again today, just to kind of talk to you guys about what I did wrong the first time I used it, just to update you a little bit about it. If you'll watch that video, you will remember how cakey it started to look. It looked really very, very greasy after I finished, and you could really see it settling into the pores, and it doesn't look like that now. It's got a little bit of luminosity, a little bit of glow to it, but it's not too bad. It has a nice natural finish, a little bit of a glow, and it does have a medium coverage like it said. It's a nice coverage for a medium, so you can still see a few of my moles and a few of the blemishes, but as long as you put a good concealer on over, really don't have an issue with it. For concealer, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer in the shade 20NN. I don't care too much for the concealer that I used it with the last time, which was the Juvia's Place concealer. I like that concealer, but not so much with this foundation. I don't know why. When I wore this foundation to work the other day, I actually wore my Shape Tape and I liked it a little better. But today I wanted to try it with another foundation just to see how it pairs. Once I have everything blended out, I'm going to take my Coty Translucent Airspun powder and bake everything. I've gotten the habit of baking my nose. I don't even know if I'm going anywhere today. Like, I don't think I'm going to be leaving the house, but it's kind of just a habit now to bake the nose, so I just kind of did it anyways. And I baked the forehead just because of those creases I get above my eyebrows. So now I'm going to quickly take my e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil and my ColourPop Brow Boss gel and fill in my brows, and I will be right back. Let's go ahead and jump into the eyes now. I want to use this palette. This is the Laura Geller Cinnamon Spice palette. I also used this palette recently on my channel, but I want to do another look with it just because I think this palette's really pretty and I feel like we could do a lot of pretty stuff with it. I want to start by taking the light creamy shade called Oat Milk, and I want to set down my whole lid with that shade. Now I'm going to take the brown shade next to it called Cinnamon Dulce, and I'm going to buff that in the crease. Then I want to take this kind of darker, almost pinky taupe color called Chai Latte, and I'm going to work that right over top of that crease shade in the outer half. I'm going to probably even bring it about 2/3 of the way in, so just not all the way into the corner, but quite of the way in. Then I'm going to take that last shade on that top row called Sweet Foam. It's a really light pink shade, and I'm going to pat that right on the lid, all the way from the lashes up to the crease, from the inner corner all the way to that darker pink shade that we just put down. Now I want to go up one shade above that to the shade called Apple Cider, and I want to pop that just right in the crease to add just a little bit of depth. Now I want to take the frosty pink shade here called a Frosted Sugar, and I'm going to pop that right across the lid as well. And then I'm just going to give that a nice good blend. What I've noticed about this palette is the mattes have a really good amount of pigment to them. They're not overly pigmented, but you can get a good amount of pigment from them. But the shimmers don't have a ton. It seems like you really have to layer that shadow down to get a ton of pigment from the shimmer. So they're just really soft shimmers, almost a little bit dry and chalky, to be honest. But they make a nice soft look. I like a nice soft look here and there, so I'm not mad about it. But if you're looking for a neutrals palette with a lot of pigment, this is not going to be it for you. Let's go ahead and sweep away that baking. And I have still been loving that Too Faced Born This Way multi-use complexion powder, and I got the shade Porcelain, and I have been using this like every day. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my foundation down with that powder. Now I'm going to bronze up using the Morphe Glamour bronzer in the shade Originator. I've also really been liking this bronzer. Then I take my NARS Diffused Bronzer in the shade Seaside to contour my nose. I think this bronzer makes a better nose contour than any of my other bronzers. I don't know, I just prefer the look of this one. Maybe because it is a little bit softer and it's a little bit lighter of a shade, a little more cool toned than my other bronzers. Let's go ahead and highlight. I'm going to start with my Jouer Lucky and Luminous highlighter, and I'm going to use the shade called Camilla. It's the white shade. I know it looks a little dingy, but that's just the product it picks up off of the brush I use. Pretty sure I originally used this brush for like blush or something at one point. And this is a Luxie Duo Fiber Powder Brush. It's a 516 brush. And I'm just going to dip it in and then pop that along the cheekbone. And this is a cream highlight, and that's why I use this Duo fiber brush, because it gives it a little bit of a textured look. It doesn't lay down just like a solid blob. It's the only way I've ever been able to find that I like using a cream highlight before. I'm actually kind of working this into a C up around the temple and up onto the forehead. And then I'll even take just a little on the edge of the nose. Then because that's a cream highlight, you need to set it down with some sort of powder. I like to use a powder highlight. It gives it an even stronger glow. In my current highlight obsession, if you guys have watched any of my recent makeup videos, you know it's the Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Highlight Trio. And I like to use the two light shades in this palette. They're called Iridescent Pink and Fine Gold. And I just take this Jumbo Kabuki fan brush and mix the two of the shades. And then just pop them right over top. And it makes just like the most stunning, beaming highlight you will ever see. Like, look at that. Ooh. And it sets that highlight down. Ooh, look at that. Skin is glowing. Typically in the winter I like to go for more matte look, but I have been living for this dewy skin lately. I don't know why, but I have been. Pretty much since I tried this particular highlight and then this highlight combo. Yes, I have been living for this. Like, look at that. Ooh, stunning. We also need an inner corner highlight and some blush. So let's see, for blush, I think I want to go with this, a pretty vulgar blush in the shade Make Them Blush 18. It's a really pretty soft, dusty rose color. I think it would complement the eyes really well. That's kind of why I picked this color. And I'm just going to lay that right over top. Honestly, might have got a little carried away with that blush, but don't really care. I kind of like it. And I feel like partway through the day, your blush kind of starts to disappear anyway, so I'm alright with that. So let's go ahead and throw an inner corner highlight. I'm going to use Flexitarian from ColourPop. I think this is a stunning inner corner highlight. It also makes a stunning face highlight as well, but I've been obsessed with that Pat McGrath one, so sorry Flexitarian. You only get to sit on that inner corner. So I'm going to go ahead and set my skin down with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I bought the Morphe Mattifying Continuous Setting Mist, and I don't really like it. Tried it in my last couple videos, and I don't know, I'm just not digging it. I prefer the original so far. I haven't tried the luminous one, but I don't really like the mattifying one very much. So I went back and I just bought the e.l.f. one because I like that one and it's cheap, so. So now I'm going to go ahead and quickly throw on some lashes and I'll be right back. Now let's go ahead and finish this lip off. I'm thinking kind of a darker lip would be pretty, but not too dark. So I pulled out a lip liner and a lipstick. So we're going to start with the Kylie lip liner in the shade Kylie. And I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with that real quick. Then I'm going to take one of my absolute favorite lipsticks that I've had forever, but I haven't used in a really long time. This is the KVD Liquid Lips in the shade Lolita. I think this is just the original Lolita. It's just like one of my very first liquid lipsticks, actually. And I'm going to go ahead and put that over top. That lip combo is so pretty. I love that, and it gives off like really nice winter vibes. Like it's dark and warm and kind of cozy, to be honest. I don't know, I really like that. I don't know why I don't use this liquid lip more though. I love it. Every time I use it, I love it because it's so pretty. That's why it's one of their best sellers. I've never tried the Lolita 2. I've only ever tried the Lolita 1, but I should get it. And we should try them together here on the channel just for fun. Just to compare them to see what the difference between the two of them are, but it's so pretty. Those made a really pretty lip combo. That's the look. I think it's a really pretty winter look. It's all a little bit rosy, a little soft, a little pinky, but a little bit warm and cozy. We are in the dead of winter. I wish we weren't. I wish we were a little closer to spring. I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for spring. Especially because the weather has actually been really nice the last like week and a half, which probably means that the rain and cruddy weather is coming. That's how it always is here in Oregon, at least where I live. We always get in the middle to end of January 1 or 2 really nice weeks of weather, and then the rain comes, and then we even sometimes get snow sometimes. And I'm not ready for that. I don't want that to come. I just want the nice weather to stay. I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't know. I just don't want the rain to come back. I know we need it though. I know the rain is what keeps our state so beautiful and green. But anyways, guys, I love how this look turned out. I think it's really pretty. I have been wearing a very similar version of this skin. That highlight and that foundation and that bronzer I have been wearing a lot. Obviously, I've been wearing different variations of the blush and the eye and the lip and stuff, but I think it turned out really pretty. It's like the perfect winter look. I am in love with it. Too bad I'm not going anywhere today. I might have to just come up with a trip to the store or something. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this look down below. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.